Welcome back to Squelch, the video game book club. I'm Dano.
I'm Mad at Arms.
I'm Electric Sheep City.
And I'm Storm Rage. And we're here to remind everyone that Dragon Age Inquisition is a game, and the games are supposed to be fun.
They are. This one is.
A very, very important thing just came up. Sheep, what are you eating?
S'mores cookies.
Oh, what? And did you bring enough to share with everybody?
Yeah, Sheep, what the heck?
I did bring enough to share with everyone, but I don't have any way of getting them to you.
It's called Figure It Out, Sheep. I'm hungry and I want cookies, and you're eating s'mores cookies in front of us? That's just being mean.
I'm pretty sure Ridiculous Hat found a way to get bolo ties to all of us with our initials on them, so you could figure out this cookie conundrum. That's all I'm saying.
I mean, I could wear my bolo tie if you send me a cookie.
That is a very wild proposition. You know what? If you go out of your time to spend money and energy to get me cookies, I will wear a piece of clothing I own.
Yes.
I am getting over a nasty cold, so I will try to mute myself when I cough. So wish me luck, everybody, because it is an unpleasant cough. It is not COVID or the flu or RSV. Is that a thing?
That's correct.
Okay.
Those are the correct letters.
I did get checked for all of that. It's not. It's just a cold. And then we went to the Renaissance Festival today here in Minnesota, and that is somehow both muddy and dusty at the same time. And so that's also all in my lungs. So, yeah.
So it's like musty.
It's 100. Yes, it's very much musty. Nailed it. Yep. Yeah.
Got it.
We did
There's no other word for that. There's no other word for that.
We did play a video game this week. We are starting Dragon Age Inquisition. I am incredibly excited. Ridiculously excited because I love this video game in ways that I don't know if it deserves or not, but I love it anyway. So here we are. So this week we are getting started with the Wrath of Heaven, Apostates in Witchwood, Templars to the West, Master of Horses, and The Threat Remains. So last week I gave you all very vague topics like, hey, just go play The Threat Remains. And that was hard. And so we're still going to keep it sort of vague, but also give a little bit of an outline. Like, hey, yes, go ahead.
I liked it though.
Okay.
I liked just being like, here's an end point, find a way to get to it.
Okay.
Because I'll be honest, I didn't do Apostates in the Witchwood. I did do Master of Horses because you were like, you need a horse, and then I got horse, and we'll talk about it. I think horse until later. But I like the open-endedness of it.
Okay, so would you like? I do have this week a little bit of like, hey, here's a suggested quest or two. Would you like me to do that?
Yeah.
This is a suggestion, but not a requirement. Or would you like me to keep it vague again and be like, here are the here's all we could go pick up our friends and then get to these quests. Which one would you prefer? I'm open either way.
I think that that what you have is good. I wouldn't want more detail.
Okay.
Because I think like the specifics here make a lot of sense. And then in the future, I think just no more. What you've done is good. What you've done is perfect. I just don't want more of it. It's like you've got the bag of popcorn. You've put the correct amount of salt and butter on it. It's delicious. And you're like, and maybe more salt? No more salt, Dano. No more. It's perfect. It's perfect. Don't change it.
Gotcha. Great. So next week we are gonna pick up all of our new friends. Not all of our new friends. We're picking up a bunch of new friends, and we're also gonna choose a side. So next week's a big week. So First things first, we're gonna pick up Blackwall. Blackwall. He is in the Hinterlands. That is the quest, the Lone Warden. We are also, boy, why are words so hard right now? I'm getting them all wrong. That's truly amazing. Sarah and Vivian, they have their own little zones that become available after the threat remains. Sarah is the quest, a friend of Red Jenny, and Vivian is the Imperial Enchanter. Then we're going to go pick up Iron Bull. He is at the Storm Coast, but he will not be there until you talk to the messenger waiting outside the Haven Chantry. Now, they should be there now waiting for you after you completed the threat remains. So go talk to them, and they'll be like, hey, the Iron Bull wants you to hire him. And you're like, cool. The Iron Bull is awesome. I'm going to go chat with him. So go do that. So you'll pick up those friends because those are all awesome friends. And then head back to the Hinterlands and probably get to like level 6 or 7, just doing fun stuff, like whatever like floats your boat. And then head over to the Storm Coast. That's where Iron Bull is. So you have to do that anyways. And I would suggest completing the quest Cleaning House. So Scout Harding will give you that quest when you first arrive in the zone. It's a pretty sweet little quest. It's fun. And then go ahead and choose Champions of the Just or In Hushed Whispers. Yes, Storm Rage.
Should we decide at some point that two of us will go one path and two of us will go the other path? Or is it one of those things that's not a significant story decision long term?
Yeah, so I will go ahead and it's a little bit of a spoiler here, but I will go ahead and I do think it's worth knowing so you're not disappointed. It doesn't really matter. Like, there are little things that change with who you choose, but like it doesn't change the entire focus of the game. So when I first my first playthrough of the game, my first 125 hours of the game were with the mages, and my second 111 were with the Templars. And I was pretty disappointed to learn that, like, other than like who you're hanging with, nothing of the game really changes. And it actually kind of makes sense when you think about it. Like, it's not like you're saving so it's fine. The way it works out is it's just fine. Yeah. But it doesn't change a lot. It just changed like the flavor a little bit, right? So you're using like to stay with like the popcorn, we're using like, different flavored salt. But other than that, it's the same. So I was gonna do Templars anyways, because I figured most of you be doing mages. I figured that way we will have a different one. Matt looks like he's gonna go either way. So, but yeah.
I have been on the mage train this entire time, and I still personally believe that. But it might be interesting to, as a mage, go recruit the Templars.
If you want to, you can. So I'm kind of role playing like a true believer in this playthrough of like fully 100% into like the Maker and the Chantry, all that kind of stuff. And so, like, I was going to go Templar for that reason, which was kind of like, hey, this is what my family does. I have family members who are Templars, so of course I'm going to go Templar. But, like, I can go the other way if everybody else is thinking Templar. I'm okay. Like, I think as long as one of us goes Mage and one goes Templar, like, how many of us go each way doesn't really matter, so.
Yeah, and I was planning on going Mage, so we've at least got one of each.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. I guess I'm going Templar. Perfect.
So yeah, I mean, if
I was probably leading that way anyway.
Yeah. So just do whatever you want, Storm Rage. I think either way is fine.
Sweet.
Yep. You can go, just so you know, you can go to Redcliffe and get the ball rolling on the mage thing before making a decision. And so I would suggest doing that anyways. Heading out there and kind of like chatting them up. And then if you choose to go Templar way, you can still go ahead and do that. I don't know. There's kind of like a point where it's like, okay, and now this. I don't know if you go do and now this part of it, if that locks you or not. But I'm pretty sure.
Like I went through some of the Redwall stuff.
Redcliffe,
whatever. Redcliffe. Yeah, I'm thinking Redwall, the Overgarden Wall. Anyway, Redcliffe stuff today, and it wasn't like
good books.
It didn't like lock you into anything. It's just a little more like explanation of what's going on.
It's a fun little spot. So even if you're going Templar, I would suggest going and talking to the mages to see what's going on there. So
yeah. Very much so.
I do believe Templar is different, though. I think once you had Templar, I don't know if you can undo going Templar. So,
Okay.
Cool. Good to know.
You will get like that later on in the game, though, so don't feel like you're missing anything there. And so maybe the same thing with mages, but I don't know 100%. So I thought we could do like a little FAQ section before we get going as well. So like I wrote some things down that I think are helpful. You all like go ahead and ask questions if you have anything or anything more that you might want to know. So just like let me know, stop me if you think this is dumb. But so here we go. So agents are people you can recruit to work for the Inquisition, and they're kind of just there to like quicken stuff up on the war table. So if you get an agent that works for Cullen, then everything that Cullen does is like a little bit quicker. Not like crazy quicker, but just like a little bit quicker. And they do all add up. So you will notice this when you start getting 3 or 4 or 5 agents for each one of these, that you are getting through stuff quicker. But so they're not the end of the world if you don't get them. Also, some agents are only available if you either A, have the correct dialogue options available. So like say you've opened up the nobility tree or the mage tree, like when you're like within the perks menu, open those up and then you'll have different dialogue options. Or if you have the correct person with you, party member with you, that can also invite them. So just so you know, that's kind of how, so sometimes you're like, I think this is an agent that can be recruited, but I can't recruit them. It might be either you don't have the right dialogue tree stuff opened or you don't have the right companion with you. You can turn on and off different like abilities that your party members have in the character menu. So, you know, when you choose like their abilities and then you have, it's like a menu of 4 at the top there, you can like turn things to be preferred, normal, or off. So if you really want them to be taunting like on a regular, like more often than not, have like that to preferred.
I mean, yeah.
If you want to like control something for like your mage, so maybe you don't want your mage casting barrier willy-nilly and you want to like go in and control when they cast barrier, you can turn that off and then you can control that. So it's kind of a way to kind of like set them up to do more what you want. Also, what I have found that helps best for them not doing like silly things is setting them to follow themselves. So you can tell them who to follow. Like you can follow the Inquisitor or follow the tank. Tell them to follow themselves, and they'll more often than they would the other way, get out of danger. Because otherwise, they kind of just like follow you into danger. You're like, no. Why are you standing there? Why are you doing that? So
yeah, I've had to save Solus a few times because it's like, come on, dude.
Solus, no matter what you do, Solus is gonna be like, I need to get closer to this giant guy wielding a big hammer. I'm wearing light armor. And then what you can do is use the attack my target command to get them to focus fire stuff. The dispel power for mages, the dispel spell. If you use that during rifts, you know, in between phases of the rift, when the new demons are being summoned, if you use Dispel where they're being summoned, it just keeps them from being summoned. So you can use Dispel and have it like, it's an
fun.
AoE and it can like hit multiple locations sometimes. And so like you'll
man.
keep like, sometimes you can keep like 2 like demons from popping up. So that's a big win there.
Yeah, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, the game.
Especially if you hit those level 12 rifts, right?
Yeah. The game tells you this during the loading screens, but like with modern computers, the game loads so fast that you don't have time to read the screen anymore. So I was like, I'm going to give you this one for free.
I could talk about that a little later.
Well, once you put it on your SSD, everything was fine. So I feel like that was...
Yeah. Oh my God, loads were horrible.
Yeah, they were slow loads before that, though. At the beginning of the game, like leveling is weird. You can out-level this game really quickly, though. So if you like run a bunch of side quests, you can find yourself out-leveling the game pretty quickly. So there are trials that you can turn on that will, I think it's called Even Ground, that will ensure that that your enemies always level up to where you are. Otherwise, you can find yourself fighting like level 6 when you're level 12. So that's kind of something to kind of know to learn. This one's a huge one. Be really careful when you're selling stuff. So be aware of what requisition quests you have, because your requisition stuff will go into your like junk pile, and if you use the sell all junk, it will just sell off stuff you need for your requisitions. Yeah. And then in some of those in the hinterlands, I think it's the gems specifically, they only drop off of specific mobs, and once you've cleared out that like mob headquarter, they no longer respawn, and so it's an uncompletable quest if you just sold off the gems.
That's dumb.
Yes.
That's really dumb.
You can buy those now. I don't know if it's one of the mods I'm running or if they patch that into the game that you could just go and buy the gems for 1 gold at that. So now in the Hinterlands store at the crossroads there, you can buy those gems for 1 gold. There's 2 things in the Hinterlands that this happened, and you can buy them both for 1 gold in that store. So, but kind of be aware of what you're selling. And then there is a lady in Haven. She's in the same office as Josephine, where you can like turn in like stuff you looted off of like demons or off of enemies that like increases your power against those. So if you go and use the sell all stuff button first, it will actually sell off the things that you want to turn in as well. So yeah, also a big bummer. So go in, make sure you're always stopping by, dropping that stuff off if you want to use the sell all junk. I just go in and just like sell it individually. It's pretty quick. It's not the end of the world, but that's stuff you wouldn't know is going to happen.
I literally just been selling like gray weapons and armor that like don't go anywhere, go on anybody.
And you could put those into your junk pile too, so they don't sit in your like weapon and armor pile. And then when you want to go sell junk, they're sitting in your junk pile, so you can like get through them really quickly that way.
Nice.
So speaking of junk to find, using either keyboard V or left thumb on controller is the radar power, and that is magic. So use that. That's how everything's easy to find. Did that one. So the requisitions. Go ahead.
Very easy to find.
Yes, very easy to find. The requisitions that you find in the camps are easy power to gain. So each one of those requisitions you complete is +1 power. And so like if you need to get like 3 or 4 power to hit a quest, just go and like hit up those requisitions. And a lot of times it's just running around and finding like, it's like random like ore to find. You go farm some ore and then go click the requisitions and you can get power pretty quickly that way. Stormrage?
I have questions for you. I don't have answers to all of these. I have answers to some of these because I've asked them to you already. Some I have not. So is there a way to like auto move to an object that you click on like in all the other Dragon Ages where there's like a chest that you can see in the distance and you can click and your character just goes to the chest?
If you hit space to pause, or hit whatever the pause would be for you.
For the tactics menu?
Yeah, go to the tactics menu, whatever that is, the tactics menu
the tactics view, whatever the tactics view.
And then click on it. Sorry. I use the controller, so I'm not sure what it is for.
Select, I think.
Yeah, select for the controller, and then whatever the tactics menu is, if you click that way. Otherwise, no, I don't think there is.
Okay. I have so many times been like right next to a rift, but apparently not close enough, and then I keep clicking on it, and it's like, nope, can't do anything to help you.
Yep.
How do I change horses? I've got new horses. How do I change horses?
You change horses at the stable. So in Haven, the stable is right next to the blacksmith.
Yeah, right as you come in.
Do I need to do blacksmithing things?
So
I don't love crafting in games. Is this a significant hindrance to power level?
No. And you also can even like the one thing you might want to do is there are little additive things you can add to weapons. So like on a sword, you can add a pommel to the sword. And these will usually can add like attribute bonuses. So like adding some dex or cunning to like a bow for a rogue could add like some pretty big crit bonuses. And so you will sometimes want to add that kind of stuff. And you can often buy those things at different, so you can buy them already put together at some of the different shops. So all you have to do is go and modify the weapon.
Yeah, there's like Bianca upgrades I've found that I haven't touched yet, but yeah.
How important are quests like find monuments or go to this, find all 30 MacGuffins that are in the hinterlands?
So like the McMuffins, so like especially like the monuments and stuff, like just kind of find those as you go and then hit them for the experience. And if you get all of them, it's some power. But unless you're completionist, don't worry about it. And then same with the like the weird skull McMuffins. Those like there is a region in Orlais that has to do with those, but I don't believe it's required. And it's like basically like the more of those McMuffins you get, like you basically get into other dungeons where you can get like gear and stuff. I've never actually fully dealt with that really. So you don't have to worry about it. And then if you don't even go up and like look through like the skulls, you don't even end up finding them. So they just stay off your map that way. The skulls, though.
I have
go ahead.
A bunch of rune slots on my weapons and armor. I haven't found any runes yet. Is that just like a later thing, or have I been missing things?
So no, that won't happen until later. You can start finding the runes now. So there is, in certain caves, you will find something called Veil Fire. And then so you light the Veil Fire. It's a torch. You go in. You have to like within that cave. With the Veil Fire torch, you will find a rune, and you can craft runes that way. You also can buy runes and then equip them onto gear.
Okay.
There are
what is the exchange rate of rune stones to USD?
Pay to win game.
There are also so there are runes, and then there are the other things. I don't remember what they're called. So there are two different types of things you can add to weapons. You can add runes and you can add something. I can't remember what they're called. The other things have like really crazy downsides to them, and I've never actually used them. And I've completed the game in like the highest difficulty with like some pretty crazy trials turned on, and I've never used them because like they seem like weirdly unbalanced. Like it doesn't make like the juice doesn't seem worth the squeeze. I've Googled it a few times, and it seems like for certain classes, there are like might be one of them that is useful, but for the most part, that is just ignored. So
okay. Can I use heavy armor as a mage? And if so, is there a downside? Because I thought I could just equip it, and it felt so wrong, I just didn't.
So ask your second question, your next question.
Do I level up my attributes at any point? Because so far it feels like no.
No, you don't. But you know what your gear does? Gives you attributes. And so your attributes go up automatically as you level. And then light armor will boost the certain attributes for mages that are beneficial for them. So you'll get like bonus to, and so armor will give bonuses to con and strength. Medium armor will give bonuses to dex and cunning. And so with the gear that you're wearing, it will give bonuses to the attributes. So anyone can put anything on, but you're not going to have beneficial, like all you're going to get out of it is armor. You won't get any of the other things that you want like in the gear. So that's how they kind of make you wear the gear that is correct for your class. So.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Any other
good
questions?
They are good questions.
All right, cool. Should we go thank some patrons?
Sure.
Thanks. I am pretty incredible.
Thanks.
I feel like you should make that smaller for that. Like if I have to remind you.
Yeah, that's on me.
Yeah,
that's on me.
That goes down 2 now.
Yeah.
Hey, thank you to our patrons and Twitch subs. So your support keeps this podcast sticking. We are recording over at twitch.tv/DanoPlay. So if you want to come and watch us record live, it is usually Sundays around 7 Central is our normal recording time. So we're at twitch.tv/DanoPlay. Throw us a Twitch sub and you'll get access to the After Dork and the bonus feed over at our Discord channel. And then over at patreon.com/squelch, you get the podcast a day or two early, depending on when we record. Usually it's 2 days early for $5 patrons and above. So thank you very much to all our supporters. We appreciate you very, very much. And this week on After Dork, Matt is going to complain about sports, which are some of my favorite After Dorks. So
I mean, we still got last week's topic about like Daniel's.
We do. So we can complain about winning by too much and losing.
Collapsing in September, yes.
This one's a real page turner.
All right. So this week, since we don't know who our cast of characters are yet, I would like to know who is your Inquisitor and what do they do? But when in your mind, I want you to have your best Arnold Schwarzenegger from Kindergarten Cop. Who is your daddy and what does he do? Yes.
Who is your
Storm Rage.
daddy and what does he do?
Yes. I love that movie so much.
If one were to have not seen that movie,
I would go watch
not a
that
tumor.
movie because that movie is
It's
amazing.
It's not a tumor.
It's
Hello?
not a
Okay.
tumor. God,
Not a
the
tumor.
movie is so good. I don't know how you. I would 30% of
it
my
actually
childhood was
was.
quoting that movie. Like I'm not even kidding. Like
Yeah.
It actually was a very quotable movie.
it's so
I
good.
didn't say good. I said quotable.
It's Arnold Schwarzenegger as like an undercover cop in an elementary school as a grade school teacher who had never taught before, and all he knows is how to be a tough cop, and he has to learn how to be a teacher and shenanigans. It's so good. It's so good. I love that movie. Anyway, Sheep, what are you doing?
So I am playing a Danish elf mage named Dune Macaria. I wanted to play, a mage for Dragon Age 2, and then things went sideways. So now I'm getting to do that thing.
Huzzah! Matt, I love what you're doing, Matt.
Yeah, I'm playing a Canary mercenary named Karis. He's a member of the Volga Kosk. He's just hanging out, doing his job given to him by the Chantry. And then the building exploded.
Boom.
Yeah. I'm doing a two-handed warrior. Basically off-tank / DPS warrior. It's a lot of fun. Lots of swing. Lots of spinning to win. It's great. Kind of playing him as a grump, where I'm kind of picking the shortest and grumpiest dialogue I can possibly find, and also being very short with people. It's great. I love it.
You're short with people by being very tall.
Yes.
man
Man, a few words, basically.
I don't know if we're going to get into this much going forward, but what have you done with, do you believe that you're the Herald of Andraste? What have you been doing with that?
It's like, I just had this with Blackwell. I'm thinking Blackwell, like from, anyway, but like, he was like, yeah, I don't know what to believe, but we just need to close the rift.
Gotcha. That's fun. Yeah, I put a
Yeah.
dwarf my first playthrough. That was my answer too, which was like, I don't think so. I'm just trying to get the job done.
I don't know if I'm Andraste's herald or not, but I just want to get this hole closed. That's all I want to do.
haven't we all been there?
Storm Rage.
I am playing I wrote Dalish, and turns out that Sheep corrected me to Danish. So I am playing a Danish elf mage. And I used to be the number 2 to the keeper of our clan. It's pretty vague in the Dalish origin story. There's not really a ton of details.
Yeah.
And so you were a part of the Dalish, so the Wanderers, not somebody that lived in a city. And I am playing a lightning mage and controlling the storms. I originally wanted to do fire mage, but there was neither firestorm nor fireball, which are my two favorite spells from Dragon Age 2, and I was like, well, I'm not going to play a fire mage to just do fire walls. That doesn't sound as cool, so I'll do storm summoning. And to answer your earlier question, Dano, I am someone that is originally opposed to the idea of being the Herald of Andraste, and I'm going to get caught up in it very soon. And I think from this point on, I'm just going to embrace it and tell everyone that I am the Herald of Andraste, because I've closed a lot of rifts and I saved a cool little city town.
Something that I
Yeah.
love about this game, especially the early game, is they force you to role play a role in it. They're like, hey, do you think you're the Herald of Andraste? And I'm like, I don't know. It's a big question. What do I think?
The guy trying to get a job, trying to get out of this Inquisition.
I just don't want to be executed. Gosh.
What's my position on this? Whatever one doesn't get me killed, actually.
Cassandra seems very
That's the
invested in me being the Herald of Andraste, so I'm the
Right?
Herald of Andraste.
She's kind of a bummer, really.
I love Cassandra.
She's great.
I do too.
So I am playing as a human noble archer. Her name is Evelyn, and she's a member of the noble Trevelyan family from Ostwick in the Free Marches, which is super fun because I'm a big fan of the Free Marches after Dragon Age 2. They seem kind of cool and chill up there. So I love that. Her family has close ties to the Chantry with multiple. This is all part of the lore that they give you. So she has close ties to the Chantry and the Templar Order, with multiple family members being members of the Chantry and the Templars. And then this part, they kind of give you some wiggle room if you want to choose to be a devout and loyal Andrastian or not. And I have chosen to be like all in it. Like I'm fully.
You're Sebastian.
I am fully Sebastian in this game. I'm like, yeah. Chantry is awesome. The Templars rule. And yeah, I'm the Herald of Andraste. Like, let's go. I am a holy. Let's do this. Life is good.
What are the perks of being Herald of Andraste, really?
You just Cassandra likes you a lot.
Oh, okay. That's a good
And
one.
how?
Enough for me.
So that is how I am doing, how I'm playing through this one, and I'm excited about it. My first playthrough was as a dwarf who didn't believe she was like the Herald of Andraste. I didn't believe any of that. Thought there were other like explanations for everything. That was fun as well. But this time, like playing a human, it's just a lot of fun to be like a full, like big, like cool, like member of the Chantry. So that's why I'm doing this time. Yeah, cool. Let's get into the recap.
As of this moment, I declare the Inquisition reborn.
Hey, thanks.
Oh, that's such a good bit. That's such a good stinger. Good job, Dano.
Thank you
Yeah,
very
very
much. Thanks.
Right.
I played through the entire intro, like listening for that spot, and then I created a new character and played on casual with all sounds off except for chat to get to the place I needed to get. All right, so we have 5 quests we're going to talk about today. This first one is a lot. So this is the Wrath of Heaven. This is basically like the introduction to Dragon Age Inquisition. So before we get started, quick timeline update. So we are now 10 years after the 5th Blight, which is when Dragon Age Origins took place. So we have been moving along this timeline. Most of that was done in Dragon Age 2. So 8 years passed in Dragon Age 2. So we are now 2 years since Anders went nutball and blew up the Chantry and Kirkwall. So it's been 2 years.
Because he needed a balm for his spirit. Balm to calm his spirit.
Can't believe it. I was talking with Schwab when I was playing the game, and she was like, that's a perfectly normal turn of phrase. Cannot believe Storm Rage like nailed that so hard.
She needs a balm to calm.
I mean, I was excited to play Dragon Age 2 for that moment. And then the week beforehand,
Yeah.
Storm Rage is like, Anders is going to blow everything up because he said the word balm. And I'm like, what? Just fine.
If it helps, I haven't had a single call shot in Dragon Age Inquisitions yet. I haven't been able. No one's been like, and then I'll be dragging on this task for a while. Like that hasn't happened, so I think we're clear so far.
We're really dragging it along, that's for sure.
Sorry, I had to cough there. All right, so here we go. So you turn the game on, and we see 2 columns marching toward the Temple of Sacred Ashes. So one column is a column of mages, and the second is a column of Templars. We are now 2 years beyond Anders blowing up the Chantry and Kirkwall, and the mages of all of Orlais and Ferelden are in like full-on revolt. They have voted to dissolve the circles, and the Templars are like, oh, cool, we have to go chase all the mages down. So we are in full-on mage versus Templar war mode now. We hit the start new game button, and the Temple of Sacred Ashes explodes in a ball of green fire, and we see Templars and mages explode and come like firing directly at the screen, and it is kind of awesome. So
It's kind of the greatest like start game animation in video game history, I think,
Yeah,
because it's pretty close.
pretty fantastic.
It's really solid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So a bunch of Templars, a bunch of mages, a bunch of Chantry folk, and then, as we're about to learn, Divine Justinia V also died, and the explosion. Smash cut to our character running up a hill from some giant-looking spider things straight out of Starship Troopers, and then an angelic creature or entity reaches out their hand to help us get up the hill. We wake up changed with guards all around us. There is a crackling green light from our left hand. Cassandra from Dragon Age 2 and Liliana from Dragon Age Origins both walk in, and Cassandra demands to know why she shouldn't kill us where we stand. They believe that we caused the death of everyone at the Temple of Sacred Ashes and asked what happened while we were there. We confess that we have absolutely no memory, and it turns out we are the only person at the Conclave who didn't die in the explosion. So, I mean, to be honest, kind of a red flag. I don't blame Cassandra for thinking we did it. I'm just gonna say.
Yeah, fair.
One of the options is like, yeah, just go ahead and kill me because you think I did it anyway.
It's like fair. Like, let's get this over with.
Get this over with. Yeah.
So Cassandra tells us that they believe that the green light in our hand can help them close the breach to the Fade that is currently spilling demons out into the world, which, to be fair, sounds kind of bad. So we head up a mountain, and while we head up there, everyone seems to hate us a lot. They all know who we are, and they're all mad. So we head up to the mountain towards the breach. We run into a couple of soon-to-be friends. One is a new friend, and the other is an old friend. The new friend is Solus. He is an elven apostate mage who happened to kind of just be in the area and also happens to be an expert in the Fade. Cool. Weird. He also was able to help us survive the explosion afterwards while we slept for a few days and kept the thing on our hand from getting out of control. So really lucky that he was there. The other is Varric with one heck of a glow up. Varric is looking good, and he knows it. Whenever we are at base, he is just hanging out with his shirt 3/4 unbuttoned with all the chest hair just hanging out, and live your life, Varric.
I mean, if my chest looked like that, I'd do the same.
I mean, just truth. So that gives us a full party. So we have Cassandra the tank, Solus the mage, Varric a rogue, and then us, the hero. Time to go do some heroing. We get up to the breach and we hear 3 voices. One of them is calling out for help. Cassandra recognizes that first voice as Divine Justinia. The second voice is us, sounding confused at what is going on. And the third voice is some man we don't recognize, calling us an intruder and demanding that we be killed. Phew, sounds like we didn't do the thing. So here we are at the top of the mountain. I know, right? Solus tells us that for the breach is sealed, but that it is closed, and that to be sealed correctly, we have to open it back up again and then close it. But when we reopen it, a bunch of demons are going to come out. So here comes a pretty awesome fight against a giant demon. What'd you guys think about this fight? Sheep, you first.
It was fun. I got to do my mage pew pew thing, and I liked that. I like that a lot. I closed the little rifty thing quite a few times. That was fun too.
Matt, how about you?
It was a little harder than because I as a melee character, I have to get up in the guy's legs.
Yeah.
Swing at him, and then also back off to close the rift. So it was I was doing a lot of running around. Not really sure what exactly I needed to do, but okay, he has armor now. Let me go close the rift. Okay, now that I closed the rift, he's stunned. Let me go whack at him a few times. It was all right. It was a little more confusing from running back and forth between wherever they were. So,
how about you, Stormrage?
I like the concept of it quite a bit. I didn't love this opening fight as much as I loved the Dragon Age 2 opening fight, where you are basically this almost fully leveled up character just destroying things left and right. That feels really good. This felt more like a more typical intro, where you're really weak, but so is everything else. And the only way that you get to fight this thing is with an army at your side, basically, which I think is a really solid storytelling perspective to showcase how significant these things are. I'm an idiot, and it took me a really long time before I realized I had to click on the thing, and they had to say it like in 3 different times in game of like, use the rift to weaken it. And I was like, well, I can just like kill it, right? Use the rift to weaken it. Okay, but like I'm a mage. So, like, eventually it'll just crack, right? Use the rift to weaken it. Okay, fine, I'll click the rift. And so I kept thinking that I had to kill the thing before I closed the rift. And the opposite is true. I had to close the rift to kill the thing, to close the rift to kill the thing, to close the rift to kill the thing.
Yep. You'll notice, like, some enemies have, like, 2 health bars. Like, there's the green health bar. There's a blue one, which is, like, shields or barriers.
Yeah.
And then there's one where it's, like, just... like silver ticks, that's armor, and like it's armor basically. Yep. So it's like a different health bar. So there's like 3 different health bars.
Yep. I think for this fight, I don't think you can chip away at that armor like you can normally. I think it only goes away when you would hit the rift. So
yeah.
Trust me, I tried.
I trust you.
I love this fight. I played on the highest difficulty because I have so many hours in this game. I have a ridiculous number of hours in this game. And so this fight is actually really challenging. And so it took me 2 or 3 times to get it done. And the very end was Cassandra was dead. And it was me just like frantically trying to DPS it down before like it came at me with its whips. And I was like, sorry, random mooks of the Inquisition, but I have to sacrifice you while I run away.
Yeah.
But it's when you do kill it, it feels so gratifying. Like it is an exciting win. I love this fight.
I had a thing where it's like, I had like, this is where you also learn that you can like res down party members if you die. Like I died a couple times because I got like smashed, and then like my main character died, like got knocked down a couple times. So I switched to Varric, and I learned I could like run over to my guy, hold A, or whatever the action button is in the keyboard on whatever, and like it would res me, and then like my guy would pop a potion, and I'd switch over, and then I can do what I need to do.
I'm so glad you brought that up, because there's a lot of like things that are quality of life improvements that I don't generally love, but that is a huge quality of life improvement that I am very grateful for, is the ability to res, and I think overall health management is very interesting this time around.
Yeah, with like the potions, you have a set number of potions that you can carry. And then they just replenish automatically, and then you can have like special potions that you can craft using materials. But like you never have to like craft regular health potions or buy them. You just refill them at certain locations, which also makes it interesting because sometimes they'll be out and about and you'll be clearing something and you realize you're down to 1 potion. And so it's like, well, I have to go back to camp now to refill my potions because I don't think I can actually continue to push with the amount of potions I have. So it adds like some interesting things to it as well. One thing you can do, if you hit tactical mode, you can tell one of your companions to go and res somebody, so you don't have to go do it yourself. So you can if like Varric and Solus are right next to each other and Solus goes down, you can just hit tactical mode and then go to Varric and then say Varric, be Varric, click on Solus, and it will just say res companion, and so then it will do it automatically. So that is something you can do as well. So we take care of the I think it's a pride demon that popped out, and then
I believe so.
Storm Rage, take it away.
We awaken after the fight because we got knocked unconscious. Again, what a theme for this guy. And we are told by the young elf that is attending on us, and we're like, hey, what's going on? She said, talk to Cassandra! And we're like, okay, who are you? And she says, talk to Cassandra! And we're like, okay, where am I? Talk to Cassandra! And she refuses to give us any other information other than
she
we
runs
probably
away.
have a conversation with Cassandra. We then go on to meet our entire war council, which includes Cassandra, as well as...
Did you talk to her?
Yes, Matt?
You skipped the part where you walk out of the room and everybody's like staring at you.
I love this part of the game.
Oh yeah,
this is with like the big orchestral like Inquisition theme song going. It's so good. Matt's best spot as a miss. because you have to walk this part. You don't run through this part. You walk through it because they hated you before, and now you're the Herald of Andraste.
It's the Herald of Andraste. It's the Herald of Andraste. He closed the rift by himself. Yeah,
so good. I love it. I love it. Worship me.
It's a wild turn of events. So our full war council is Cassandra, who we met in Dragon Age 2 as the Seeker, who was trying to figure out how this whole war between Templars and Mages started. Liliana, who is from Dragon Age Origins and popped by for Dragon Age 2 to say hi,
briefly.
bye.
Had a cameo in DragonAge 2. Yeah.
Colin, who I believe is new.
Colin is the Templar that was the Templar that took over for the lady we killed in Dragon Age 2.
He's in Origins and 2. So Cullen is the Templar in Origins at the top of the Mage Tower, who's like, kill them all. I didn't think mages need to be locked up, but now they're awful and evil and kill them all. That's him at the end of Origins. And then in Dragon Age 2, he slowly softens until he kind of comes around to your side at the end when Meredith goes banana sauce. And then so now he is our war leader here in Inquisition. And he has a super cool arc as we go through this game. So, yeah, Colin's a super neat character. Yeah. Yeah.
I
And
did not
Colin
recognize
is
him.
an apocalypse monster.
He is an apocalypse beast, but he's a good boy. He's a good boy. Good call.
He is.
Sheep, you and I are having a conversation. Oh.
I didn't recognize him from the character model difference. Oopsies.
I mean, we didn't we establish last week that all the human character models in Dragon Age look the same?
They look so similar, similar.
What's fun about Colin is he's wearing Anders' like feather coat. It's like, oh, did you pick that off?
Yeah, that's why I couldn't recognize him. I was like, what? Who is this dude that's like dressed in this manner? What a cool dress.
Because he's a former Templar now, so he has formally left the Templar Order. So he left the Templar Order to join the Inquisition. So
fantastic. So those three plus our fourth person, who I forgot to write down, who is like our master of coin. What's her name, Dano?
Oh, she doesn't matter. The
Justine.
lady.
Oh, okay.
Justine.
Oh, you're right. No. Yeah, it's I'm blanking on her name now.
It's Justine.
I'm guessing it's Justine.
Don't think it is. Is it?
Just, I don't know.
I'm Googling it right now.
I'm assuming-
Hold on.
Okay,
hold
while
on.
Matt Googles that,
This is good
we
pod.
officially start the Inquisition. And
It's
we do it in
Josephine.
front of
It's
a
Josephine.
jerk
Josephine.
face named
Josephine.
Close enough.
Josephine.
Yeah, she is our
We start the Inquisition.
ambassador.
So Jolene got it.
Yes.
Begging
We
of you,
start the
please don't take
Inquisition.
my man.
I swear I'm going to say the sentence, we start the Inquisition, and I will describe what it is one time so we can get one clear take on it.
So Stormrage, are you trying to say something here, or it's by the way, her name is Josephine.
Fantastic. Thank you so much. We start the Inquisition, which is our basically re-justification for a war we are now in charge, and we're putting ourselves to handle the Templars and the Mages, and we are the arm of Andraste. And we do it all in front of a big jerkface named Grand Chancellor Roderick, who's a part of the Chantry, who thinks that we should be in prison, and he should be in charge of the Chantry, but he sucks, so he's not, and he's never going to be, and I want to punch him in the face. I'd love to do that very, very much. We also unlock the War Table, which I love as a mechanic, where you can send your basically advisors to various missions across the realm. Some of them are better suited, some of them are worse, and you can also tackle various issues either with secrets or diplomacy or war, and they will give you a ton of different benefits. Some include unlocking areas of the map, some will give you items, some will give you gold, some will give you power. Really, really cool. Dano, you wanted to say something?
So there will be certain like war table events that will change depending on who you send. So like there are certain things that like if you send Josephine to handle this thing, then the outcome will be X, where if you sent Colin, it would have been Y. And then there are others that they're all the same. and you don't know which is which. But it does try to explain to you a little bit, like if you actually do read the wall of text next to it, it will kind of be like, oh, there might be different outcomes here depending. So, and some of them are multi-stage as well. I love the war table as well. I think it's super cool.
It's one of my favorite editions of Dragon Age Inquisition. We then go to the hinterlands to help a Mother Giselle, who is a part of the Chantry, and she is helping refugees who are fleeing from the warring Templars, mages, and demons that are appearing all the way around the place. We go to her and we're like, hey, do you want to join our Inquisition? Because we think all of these dudes are idiots, and we're going to not be idiots. And she goes, if you help the refugees here by getting 4 power, then sure, I'll join you. I think she technically joins you automatically once you do a few small quests, but they will lead you to gaining 4 power, and we then, once we have 4 power, we are then told to head to Val Royeaux, which is in Orlais. It's our first venture into Orlais for the full main campaign, which I think is very exciting. We're heading there because we want to connect with the Chantry in there and basically spread the word of the Inquisition, try to recruit. It's a major point of power for the Chantry. And when we get there, there is an angry mob that is led by a Chantry sister who's basically holding court saying, hey, the Inquisition is bad, and the Herald of Andraste is the reason that the divine is dead. So don't join the Inquisition. Inquisition is bad. And then the Templars come up, and the Templars are like, hey, punch. They pull a real Commander Shepard on any reporter who's asking innocent questions. And
it's just punched her in the back of the head.
Yeah, it's a wild choice to just punch out a Chantry sister. And Cassandra, who's with you, is like, hey, what? You shouldn't do that. And eventually the Seeker or Templar that does that is like, hey, you Inquisition, you're dumb. Hey, Chantry, you're dumb. Everyone's dumb except for me. I'm going to solve all the problems. And he just leaves. And we're like, okay. And the crowd will ask us if we believe that we are the Herald, and we can answer, yes, I'm definitely the Herald, follow me, or nope, that's crazy things, but I am helping close rifts, or all sorts of different things. After the conversation, Cassandra says, hey, we should head back to the main base and check in on things. And we find an arrow on the ground. And the arrow says, hey, come to a meeting for the Friends of Red Jenny. And we go, maybe later. And as we continue to head out, a mage comes and is like, hey, join us for a meeting at Redcliffe Castle so you don't join the Templars. And we're like, maybe later. And we head back to our haven, our main hub. And we are approached, and we are then told that we either need to approach the Templars or the mages. And that Liliana says, hey, Grey Warden and Grey Wardens have all disappeared or gone to ground. There's no Grey Wardens anymore. So the fact that there is a Grey Warden is pretty weird. We should go talk to him. Dano, you had a thing you wanted to add.
In Val Royeaux, there should have been one more person you talked to who was like, hey, Vivian wants to hang out with you. She's in the last remaining first Enchanter, and she is the mage ambassador to Orlais, so you should go and chat with her. She's throwing a party and she wants you to come hang out. So that should have been someone you talked to as well. So go back to Orlais and talk to that person. They're just in the main square there.
Great. I did not do that.
All right, there you go. That's where we get Vivian at. So
okay.
Cool. Nice.
And good. Point of order. All the Orlesians are wearing masks, party masks. It's weird.
They are.
It's very
strange.
strange.
They will continue to wear masks.
I know, it's very strange. It's like 18.
I love it. I'm actually here for
same.
it.
I am too, but it's very cool. It's very weird. It's very weird but cool. I like it.
It's a very cool court thing, right? Where it's they only show the emotions that they want to show through the mask they're wearing. It's pretty. I think it's pretty neat, and I love how different they are from Ferelden, right? Which is because they're always portrayed as being so hoity-toity, and then you get there and you're like, oh, they actually are all hoity-toity.
Yeah.
I mean, it's literally Ferelden is Britain, is England, and then Orlais is France, right? That's the analogy here.
Mm-hmm.
When Seeker, what's his name, lays out that chantry lady, though, you're like, holy buckets! I don't think you needed to go that hard, dude. That wasn't
he
necessary.
Literally punches her in the back of the head and drops her.
And they're like, hey,
crazy.
the Chantry sucks. We're in rebellion. Oh, we're no longer part of them. And the Inquisition's bad too. We're out. And everyone's like, even some of the Templars are like, whoa, what?
Right.
Matt, talk to us about the quest Apostates in the Witchwood. So this is back in the
All right.
hinterlands.
Yeah, so you're back in the hinterlands. You're out doing things. You're out in the Witchwood. The Witchwood? The Witchwood. The Witchwood. And they're out like literally they're just straight up attacking you because that's what they do. And then you find like basically what looks like a frozen cave out in the Witchwood somewhere after you pick up this quest from I think it's like a shack nearby.
There's a couple different ways to pick it up. Like as you kill mages, you pick up like letters saying, "Hey, we're all powerful, and so come and hang out with us, and don't go to Redcliffe where the actual mages are. Come with us where we can be like apostates,
free,
basically."
Yeah, it's a lot like those quests in Act 3 of like Dragon Age 2, where it's like you kill enough of the things, and eventually you'll get to the source of the things.
But you have no choice here because, like, walking around the crossroads, you can't help but be attacked by them.
Yeah, it's crazy. So you break down this frozen door, and then you basically just go in there, blast your way in. Blasting with the crossbow, swinging my two-handed sword around. It's great. And then you clear out the mage camp, and the crossroads are a little bit safer. There's less mages out there. There's still the Templars out there, but at least the mages aren't around. And then you get, when you complete this quest, you get 2 power, which is really nice. And you also get a chunk of XP and a really nice mage staff.
Mm-hmm.
That actually is pretty powerful. I dropped it on Soleil, and he's just kicking butt with it. And also, if you happen to find all the constellation puzzles and solve them, it directs you back here. So, suggestion if you want to do that.
And there's even more good loot there when you do the
There's a lot of good.
constellation
There's some
puzzles.
really good. Really good dagger, I think, that somebody. Yeah.
But sadly, the dagger rogue usually you don't get till later, and by then I don't think that dagger is any good anymore. But maybe I'm wrong about that.
No.
But do hold on to it. It's worth holding on until you get him.
Yeah.
I love the constellation puzzles. They are very, very simple. The mechanic of it is that you have to create a constellation going from one star throughout a field of stars, and you have to create a series of lines that look like a picture in the bottom right hand corner. The caveat being that you can't go backwards and you can't overlap your lines, so it's like a one-way street until figure out how to plant that. And the first one is very, very simple and really, really solid. And I just love that as a mechanic for a puzzle. I think that's really satisfying, and I am excited to do more of them.
Like the first one you find, they like shoot laser beams where the other 2 are, and they mark them on your map. It's great. Super
cool. They do get a lot more complicated. These puzzles do.
I believe it.
Where some of them take a long time, or they are just traveling salesman math puzzles. So if you know how to do the traveling salesman math stuff, then you can solve them with math if you want to as well. So that's
gross.
Also an option.
or you can just look it up the constellations on the wiki and you'll be good.
You can also do that if you don't want to do the math, weirdo.
I mean, I'm saying.
So I've got the Templar version of the Mage quest called Templars of the West. So this quest kicks off during the Mage Templar fighting near the crossroads in the hinterlands. So as we fight Templars, we find notes from the Templar leader to a Templar leader to rank and file Templars. And the notes are basically, hey, mages are evil and the maker wants us to kill them all. So come to our base so we can kill lots of mages. And we're like, hey, what if I go to your base instead and kill you? And that's what we do. And so we find the Templar base, and it is hidden by a waterfall. So you have to you go up to a bridge, and the bridge is out, and you hang a left instead of crossing the bridge, and that's where the Templar base is. Take care of them, kill the Templar base, get 200 power, 200 influence, 2 power, and then a sweet one-handed sword called the Sweetish Fingers. It is spelled Sweetish, and the sword looks like a hand. It looks like 5 fingers. It is awesome, and it's worth doing this quest just to get this banana sword. And that after you do both the Templars to the west and Apostates in the Witchwood, once those two are done, then that entire like crossroads area becomes much more manageable because you're not constantly being like bombarded with like random encounters. So like once those two things are done, then the hinterlands becomes much more manageable. At least like that part of it does. And until you do that, like just moving through the area is brutal because the respawn rates are just crazy. Sheep, talk to us about Master of Horses.
Yeah. So first, you go to that there Red Cliff Farms, which is northwest of Crossroads. Talk to Master Dennett inside of his home. He'll recommend that you get better that blah blah blah. He will recommend getting a better horse and direct you to his stables. So when you mount the Ferelden Forder, gifted to the Herald, quest complete. And I totally didn't realize that I had completed the quest and was like, okay, in the saddle. That must be like the next thing that I need to do, right? Like in the saddle is the next part of this. Nope. I was just already done.
Did you do in the saddle?
I did like the first about like quarter of it, I think, probably.
Where you were walking like the horse races, because in the saddle's the horse races, right?
Uh-huh.
I love that. There's three horse races
If
you
I
can
recall
do,
correctly,
and you just like go. They're just timed races where you ride your horse and you just move through the area. I love that quest. It's like the easiest like point you could possibly get. It's so good. Yeah. So to get your horse, you just go talk to Master Denny. He's like, hey, here's a horse. It's like your horse is awful.
Pretty
It's
much.
so awful that you can't ride it or even select it from your menu. And now you can. And so that's done. But if you want to get horses for the Inquisition, there are two other quests you have to do. So like the whole like they sent you to get horses for the Inquisition, not just for you. So to do that, you have to complete a quest for his son and a quest for his wife. Farmland Security is the quest for his son, and Trouble with Wolves was the quest for his wife. So Trouble with Wolves is like, hey, there are some wolves that are like super weird and wolfy. And like, I think they're probably controlled by a demon. And so you should go kill that demon and the wolves so our farmers can get back to work. And then his son is like, hey, we can't actually get the horses to you right now because like if we try to, bandits would just steal them. So we need you to build watchtowers. So you go and you like find 3 places to put watchtowers. Then you go back home to Haven and you like go to the war table and be like, hey, build watchtowers. And then you get back and you built watchtowers. So, hey, nice work. So then you accomplish that whole quest line. I think it's a fun little quest line. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Time to do tea with Finley.
Hello,
Whoa.
old friend. Let's meet for tea after the match, shall we?
So, as a reminder, we are keeping our directions vague.
Slurp.
It's not on the things. That's not my fault. That's not my fault. I take no. It wasn't in the show notes. I take no responsibility for that. I forgot that you did a thing. I think this was the original one, actually.
It was the OG.
Yeah, it was.
So as a reminder, we are going to do Tea with Finley is where we are going to talk about like whatever side quests that we did, any fun conversations we might have had with our advisors or with our companions. This is where like our gameplay, like through this open world game, will diverge, presumably. So we'll kind of talk about what we did each week and how it was different from each other outside of kind of the main quest. Matt, do you want to get us started?
Yeah, so I played almost 12 hours this week. I fell into this game hard. I got into Hinterlands and I got bogged down in the Hinterlands. I really enjoyed getting bogged down in the Hinterlands. I'm gonna just say that. Like I pretty much done everything I can possibly do right now. Probably missing a few things, but I got most of the stuff done. I have like 32, 33, 34 power somewhere around there right now. I've kind of like just went all in. And then like going back to Haven is probably one of my favorite parts because you get to have conversations with your friends. Like, I really got to really getting to see Liliana again, and she's having a bit of a crisis with her faith right now. If you want to talk to her about that, you know, she's like, she's going through it right now. Cassandra is just a complete like a baddie. She rules. She just kicks butts, takes names. She's fantastic. Varric is still the same Varric you know and love. He's just showing off the man chest with the hair as much as he can. It's great. And Solus is a really interesting character. He's very unique among like the mages that we've dealt with. Like, he's kind of runs to his own thing, and he's kind of cool to talk to. So, and I've also fallen in love with one of the other characters. So,
When we're going to talk about next week?
Well, next week, yeah. So,
Great.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. I've been doing a lot.
How about you, Sheep?
Yeah, so I've played a decent amount, but it was like all last night. So like it went into kind of like the early hours of the morning. So probably about 5-6 hours, maybe 7. I definitely not at what how much power did you say you were at, Matt? Like
33, 34.
33, 34. No, I'm not nearly there, but yeah, I'm having a blast with it so far, and just kind of living that like immersion, like role playing game life right now. So having a blast.
Storm Rage.
I think I was at like 20. So a question about power. When you use power, it goes away, right? I'm not crazy in that one?
Nope. It's a resource.
Mhm.
Yep. It's a currency kind of.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Because
So
I
then
had
have
like
38 then.
15 or something, and then I spent it on a couple of things that weren't Val Royale. And then I went to go do it, and I was like, oh, I don't have enough? Okay. I guess I'll go do more quests. So I played for like 5 to 6 hours this week, and after the prologue, which I really enjoyed, I liked the prologue quite a bit, I then went to the hinterlands, and I was like, I'm going to be focused. And I went up north, and I went to the horse guy, and there's so many quests right at the top. And this is what I always struggle with in open world games, is when you go to a new area and it's like, here's 30 things to do, and my brain goes, actually, here's the easy thing to do, and I quit the game. And I'm pushing through my very bestest because I want to enjoy this game, and I think I can as long as I focus and I also avoid and ignore a lot of things. Like, I think if I try to do the get all the monuments, get all of the McMuffins, I'm gonna hate this game. So I think I just need to focus on plot and specific side quests that have a narrative or a story with it. Matt, you have your hand in the air.
Yeah, dude, if I would suggest anything that you like do in every area, or like at least I've found in the hinterlands, get the camps, do all the camps. Just find all the camps, set up all the camps, and then you're good. Then you can like have solid fast travel to like different corners of the map.
Funny you should mention that. I thought the same thing. I was like, camps, great place to start. I'll get fast travel everywhere. And so I did 4 of the camps, and it was great. And then I tried to go to the camp to the north, and I was blocked by things that were like level 8 and level 12. And I was like, well, I won't go that way. And then I went to the south, and I was blocked by things that were like level 8, level 12. And I was like, well, can't go that way. Okay. And so then I just decided to like move on because I was like, I guess I'll come back later to do these quests. Dano, you have a thing?
So Hinterlands is bad about that. Worse than most every other zone. Most other zone will be like, this is a level 8 to 12 zone. And it's just that. So Hinterlands itself, though, is like broken up into like level 4 to 6, and then like level 8, and then level 12. It does try to like give you narrative. Like it starts like, hey, there are some pretty tough bandits ahead. Be careful. But like, if you don't talk to that random guard there, you won't know that. Or if you just like, oh, well, this is the first zone of the game, so I should be fine. I'm on normal difficulty, and then all of a sudden you're like just like ganked by level 12 like warriors with like crazy armor and two-handed weapons. Like, oh, what? And another funny thing about Hinterlands is some of like the rift zones are just brutal, and like they're in like level 6. There are level 6 zones that you are in, but then there'll be a level 12 rift, and you just have to ride around that rift. So there are a couple of them like that are just like brutal rifts. I was like, oh, I guess this is just something I don't do this time. Yeah.
Yeah, what I think really threw me on that one in particular is because it's the rift near the stable, and so the first rift is a level 5 rift, and it's like, okay, fine, and then the second rift that's attached to that same quest line is a level 12 rift, and I was like, what is happening here? This is the most insane thing. How did this get so much oversight that they give a 7-level difference in the same small quest?
And that level 12 rift has some of the most brutal demons. So it has the grasshopper demon that like goes underground and then just like pops up under your DPS and like stun locks them.
And a rage demon I think is in there too. Right?
And then
like
also have one of those frost mages in there as well that will like just like blast you from distance if you don't like get up in their face super quick. And so that one, that's the one you just skip. And that's just a lesson you learn as you play this game. It's like, oh, that one isn't one I play.
I think I am about to the point that I think that I want to do the Grey Warden quest and then maybe go say hi to the mages, and then I think I'm probably done with the Hinterlands because most of the other quests seem to be track this thing, find this thing, go and look at this place. So I might just call it with Hinterlands and move on to the next zone because I think the next zone might be a little less frustrating because I hope that it'll be a little bit more consistent in that regard.
I really think you should like clear out the mages and the Templars as well, because that would help travel through there a lot easier, so you're not fighting as much.
Yep.
Yeah, I actually don't really have a significant issue with that. Like I haven't really come across too many issues of fighting when I want to be moving, but I probably will do the mage quest as well. I'll probably do the mage quest and the Warden, go say hi to the good mages, and then peace out.
Yeah.
Because I know me, if I stick around in the place too long, I will hate that place, and I don't want to hate this place.
Yeah. So the next zones you're going to get, so like the next zone we get to when we go up to the Storm Coast is a little bit easier. It's also a lot more straightforward zone. It's basically just like walk the path through the zone. You can walk on the beach and then you can go through some caves. It's kind of that's kind of the
Love
zone.
it.
And then the next one after that is totally optional is a blank of what it is, but basically there are some undead that we have to take care of in an area, but those are like level 8s. That's also a super fun zone. It's also super straightforward. You walk from point A to point B doing the stuff. The Hinterlands is just a massive zone. There's some super cool things in it I'll talk about when I get to mine, but like I would probably take care of the mage and Templars because that'll be easy experience points to make sure you're high enough level to get to the other areas. But yeah, I think that's a good plan.
It's really good loot. Some good loot in there too.
Right now I'm level 6, and that feels like probably enough to go to the next zone.
It is. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
I did find a Druffalo, which is a Dragon Age buffalo, and it was like, lead it back to camp. And then I spent 5 minutes on it, and then it wouldn't follow me. And I went, no, I'm not going to do this. You can die out here, Druffalo. And I'm never going back to that thing. And I know that I've been a little negative about some of these quests, and there is one moment that I was like, oh, this absolutely rocks. And so there was a quest line that you get in the main zone or the main town in Haven. That's like, hey, my wife is about to die from asthma. And the best way to do that is that there's this magical potion that my son used to make. My son has joined this cult of fanatics. Can you please go talk to him and just get a potion? I don't need him to come back. He's made his choice. I just need the potion so his mom doesn't die. And then you go over there, and it's this whole cult, but it's built in, they're in this castle, and they don't attack you. They're just like hanging out, and you can talk with them all, and you can meet somebody at the edge of the gate that's like, oh, you're the Herald of Andraste, right? And we're like, yeah, I am. And they're like, you're a liar. Instead, actually, these rifts that summon demons, we're worshiping them. And at second, I was like, that's kind of weird. And then I think it was Solus was like, I mean, it makes sense. If there's a power that's controlling and manipulating people, people are going to find a way to worship it. And I went and I got the potion from the kid who's like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't realize. I thought my mom was doing better. Here's the potion. I didn't even have to go get anything for it. I was really excited about that part. And then there's a rift in the encampment. And we closed the rift, and then afterwards, everyone's like, oh, you're the Herald of Andraste. You can close these rifts. You're amazing. And I was like, what a cool world-building thing. Really fun characters, a really small but effective quest line where I'm not, like, running around everywhere. I go in, I do the thing, I talk to the people, and they're impressed by this. Really, really fun little mini quest hub, and I liked that a lot.
Did you talk to the speaker of that area afterwards?
Yes.
So did you invite her to join the Inquisition as an agent?
Yes.
There are three speakers. There are 3 options, and 2 of the 3 options lead to her joining the Inquisition as an agent. I love that zone as well. It's a cool little nothing area too. It's like you kind of stumble upon it, and then it's just a cool bit of like little world building.
Yeah, it's like a little keep in the side of a mountain. It's great.
Yeah.
I love it as well.
Dana, how about you?
So I very similar to you guys. I only found time to play 20 hours this week. It was tough going.
Only.
I love this
God
game.
bless your strength during these difficult times, Dana.
It's problematic. Most weeks won't be this, but I was like, I just like fell into this game so hard again. It's so much fun.
Same.
I'm pushing 40 power at this point, and I've like opened up a bunch of stuff as well. But excuse me. So I did almost all the quests in Hinterlands. Not all of them. There's still a couple of things left to do. Some of them are the same. Like I still haven't cleared up. There's like multiple level 12 rifts that I haven't cleared up yet. I'm playing on the highest difficulty. I'm also playing with a couple trials on. I have the no fast travel trial on. That becomes like a thing later. You can still fast travel if you want to between like camps, but if you do, you lose like this like resource that you generate for your characters to do like their super powerful moves. So you lose that. That's something that comes up later. I'm also like monsters are leveling up with me. So like if I were to out level a monster, say I was like level 8 and they're level 6, they'll become level 8. And then for a little while I had that half experience on, but I turned that back off because especially in the early game, it can make the early game really, really hard because you're not getting those like early levels. You need to really compete. I might turn that back on later if I find myself like getting too much experience too quickly, because you do kind of cap out with experience basically. And so it can be helpful to do that. There's another one that you can turn on if you want. I'm not doing it in this playthrough because it can be super frustrating, but basically it gives like superpowers to random mobs you run into. And so you'll be like out there running around, and then all of a sudden there'll be a ram with like barrier powers who's elite and so you have this unkillable ram that got mad at you because of an AoE attack or something. And so I have that turned off right now. But yeah, so I did a whole bunch of stuff. So let's see. We did Shallow Breast. That was the cool one that you did. So when you're in the crossroads, there are a number of things when you first get there. They're like, hey, we need blankets and we need food. So you can go off and you can kill some rams to get them like food, and you can go find some mage caches to get them blankets and stuff. There is a cool little Blood Brothers quest where it's like, hey, one brother's a mage and one's a Templar, and they're like, hey, we should both go and desert, and like, you know, this is ridiculous. We don't want this war. We should go hide out in a cabin somewhere. And then you go find the cabin, and they both got jumped by some Templars and they got murdered. So that's sad. There's the My Lover's Phylactery quest, which is so Elandra. She is in the crossroads, and she's like hanging out there. And she's like, hey, I'm a mage. I have no problem with Templars. I'm just gonna hang out here. I'm not fighting anything. I don't want to fight. Leave me alone. And then you go out and around the hinterlands, and then you find a Templar with her phylactery and a love letter to her, and then you bring it back to her. And then if you have the correct companion, or if you have like the powers of like the mage, you can be like, hey, I know what's going on here. You guys were like, you like to talk to the stork together. why don't you come and help us? You don't have to fight. You know, we need people to like just kind of do studies, that kind of stuff. Join the Inquisition. And then she'll join the Inquisition, which is kind of fun.
I got her to say, hey, you'd be really good at being a spy. You should work for Liliana.
That's another one. That is a different one later on.
Yeah.
That's a different. That's my favorite ones as well. So okay, that's Redcliffe. We didn't do that. So around Dennett's, we had the trouble with farm in the saddle. We did those. So this is a super strange bedfellows. This is the one you were talking about, Matt. So there is a scout that you run into. It's near that like random keep where the cultists were. And you run up there and she's being attacked by some Templars. You take care of the Templars and you go and talk to her. And she's like, hey, yeah, I was just up here like doing my scouting thing. Don't worry about that. Nothing weird at all. And then you use your like radar powered and you find some wine and you're like, hey, what was this wine? She's like, oh, I was just having a picnic. And then you keep on using their powers. And then you find a mage that was like also up there. And like she was in the middle of having a conversation with the stork. And you're like, hey, what was going on here? And you're like, oh, she's like, oh yeah, sorry. I was just, me and this person I just met we were writing a letter to the stork together and no big deal. And so if Varric's to the party, you can be like, hey, Varric, what do you think? And he goes, I think that if you can talk this mage into writing a letter to the stork with you during a war, that you'd be really useful for Liliana. It's my favorite quest. It's so good. There's a bunch of like super random quests like in the south. One of it is like kill the bears for their claws. That one's a giant hassle. Stay away from that one, Storm Rage, because the bears like spawn together. And like if you aren't properly leveled or properly geared, you'll just like have 3 bears and they're all elites like gang up on you. And then also some
They're
like
all
random
bears.
rogues. It's so miserable. But there is a cool fortress around here. So there's a mercenary fortress that you run into. Clear out the mercenary fortress. Do you want to say hi, Dean? Okay. Dean wants to say hi. Say hi, bud.
Hi,
Talk to the
Dean.
microphone.
Hello.
Hello.
Eat while you're talking.
Hello.
Do you want to talk about what you did today?
No, I'm going to do something funny with the thing.
Oh, this is people can't see you; they only can hear you. So
I know, like, there's like some. We're walking to peace treaties. Hey. There's the castle. Boom. No. Is that you coming to my bed? I'm gonna have a headache. Oh, that's what? Eating an apple.
Okay.
Meanwhile, a dude in armor is eating an apple.
Say goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Okay, goes thank you. And Dean took a bow. So there you go. So if you clear out this mercenary fortress, you find the key to Valimar. Valimar is it's like a deep roads entrance that you can find in the hinterlands. And you actually will go into the deep roads, find like there's some Carta in there, like doing some smuggling, as well as some Darkspawn. One of my favorite little like zones in the entire game. And it's completely skippable. It's super fun. Then there are the East Road Bandits. You clear them out. And after you clear them out, you find an entrance to a dragon den. And there is a level 14, level 15 dragon, and their dragonlings up there. And so if you head into the area, it will literally like spit fire at you. It is super fun. I haven't gone into that place yet.
I found that and got murdered. It was fun.
Yeah, it's pretty great. And it's a campsite there too. So you can like fast travel to the campsite and then go on down and fight a dragon if you want to.
Get
so I'll be
murdered.
doing that in a few
And
levels
get murdered
here. I
by a
love the
dragon.
dragon.
Yes.
So yeah, I wanted to 100% the hinterlands before this episode just to kind of like make Storm Rage give me that look that he's giving me right now. But I wasn't able to quite 100% it. I couldn't finish up all of the demon stuff, and I did not finish up Valimar. I'm in the middle of Valimar right now. So, but other than that, I'm basically done with it.
It's like you're not even trying, Dan.
I know. I love the hinterlands.
Taste my grilled cheese.
Munch, munch, munch.
Matt, what's our first good?
The tutorial quest. The tutorial quest is really, really good. It's just setting up the scene, setting up the stakes, setting up, reintroducing us to our favorite characters, like Varric just getting the manliest chest you can possibly find, Liliana being back and being kind of awesome, Cassandra is back and being awesome, and Cullen is also there. Yeah, it's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed the tutorial quest. I think I did it twice because I rolled a character on my Xbox and tried it and ended up playing on my computer. So it's a not so good Storm Rage.
The questing and leveling in general is just kind of weird in Hinterlands. It can be really demoralizing to be kind of on a groove with a quest, and then all of a sudden it's like, bang, you're 10 levels too low for this. And it's like, what? In the starting zone? That feels bad. And there's not a real clear indication on the map itself. Like, if it on the map was like, this is like 8 to 10 area, this is 4 to 6, I don't think I'd have an issue with it, because then I would know going into the zone what that would look like, and it just doesn't exist. So you're kind of just like, well, I guess I can't do this quest yet for some reason. I'll be back later, but I won't. I just won't be. If I'm being honest with myself, I'm never going to close that 12 level rift.
And you don't have to either.
Good, because it's going to stay open forever. And it's going to terrorize those people for as long as it is existing. Dano, what is our best good?
We're playing Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm so excited about this. I love this game. But seriously, though, for me, I know this is not a universal best good. I don't care. I love the Hinterlands. I love the storytelling that is done in the Hinterlands. I love like the tragedy that is told through the quests. Like even like hey, we don't have any food. I can't go out and like hunt any rams because of the crazy mages and Templars. So we're just going to go hungry. And it's like, oh, I can go kill some rams for you. And then it's like, hey, we have no blankets. There's no blankets. It's like I know that the mages have blankets. If you could find them, that'd be great. Even like the little fetch quests are fantastic. The Druffalo quest is not fantastic. Do you want to know the secret to the Druffalo quest?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So you have to walk, not run. And then when you get past like the unbeatable rift, instead of going left through the pond to take the quick route, if you go to the right and you walk the road all the way around, that goes to the Druffalo pen. So it's really hard to get the Druffalo to go through the camp. But if you take the Druffalo up to the right, around on that path, the Druffalo follows you as long as you're walking, and it will go right down into its pen. That's the trick to the Druffalo. It took me 4 times playing through this game to figure that out, how to do that easily. Otherwise, it's miserable. It's the worst quest.
I cannot imagine a more skippable quest for me.
It's awful.
It's bad.
It is.
The most skippable quest for me is killing the rams.
I was doing it just to waste time before we started playing last week. Is what I think I was doing, because normally I do script that one as well. But I love the Hinterlands. I know that like it's not loved by most people. It's definitely flawed, but I love the storytelling that's done within it. I think it's a lot of fun. So.
He asks each traveler 3 questions. 3 questions.
3, that's a magic number. I will ask myself 3 questions.
Matt, what are you liking so far?
Combat feels great. I'm enjoying combat tremendously. It's amazing to play on the controller again. Like, I missed playing on controller a lot for Dragon Age Origins and Dragon Age 2. And it makes me kind of wish I did this on the Xbox, because I have Inquisition on my Xbox, but I didn't stick over there. I just started here. Party members feel smart enough that I don't have to babysit them, at least right now. And like, and that's basically what I'm liking so far. Storm Rage, how about you?
I think the sections of heavy plot, and I do think that this does come across in some side quests where, like you mentioned earlier, Dano, we're out of food, please can you give us some food? Those kinds of things are really interesting, and it feels kind of like the opposite of Dragon Age 2 in a lot of ways, where Dragon Age 2 was, you are just kind of looking out for yourself, and yeah, you'll help your friends, you'll help people around you, but you're not a hero. Like, realistically, you're just hanging out, doing the best you can. You own a mine. That's probably not a good idea. There's a lot of things that you do that are not necessarily smart, and it feels like now the story is bigger than ourselves, and I feel like it hits even better because of Dragon Age 2 in the middle, where Dragon Age Origins, you're the hero of all of Ferelden, and Dragon Age 2, you're just a dude, and then in Dragon Age Inquisition, you're the hero of the entire planet. It seems to be setting up for, and I like that break in overall large plot points. Sheep, what are you liking so far?
Yeah, I'm really liking the combat. The combat for the previous Dragon Age games just didn't resonate with me as much as I felt like it probably could. And this one, it clicked. Now, I haven't played quite as long as I did in 2, so I'm sure that I'll reach like some bits that are a little bit more clunky, but right now it just feels smooth. And I'm really enjoying that smooth combat. How about you, Dano? What are you liking so far, friend?
Sinking into the hinterlands and just trying to solve everyone's problems. It's like, hello, an agent of the Inquisition here. I am here to do everything. You need medicine. Cool. I'm going to go get you some medicine. Oh, there are demons coming out of this rift. Okay, I'll also close the rift. Oh, okay, we need to move 200 horses across the country. All right, well, I will scope that out as well. Oh, and then you want me to go put flowers on your wife's grave? Cool, I can handle that. It's just like big and small. I am here to solve all the problems.
Find my special ram. I got that one today.
Both of those, we'll talk about that next. I love the special ram one for a very specific reason that we'll talk about next week. It's really good. Hey, Matt, what are you struggling with?
This one's controversial between us. The map stinks. I hate the map. It doesn't give you enough detail and gets really cluttered way too easy, especially if you do like the skull quest, like the find the shards things where you like go to this. Yeah, like there's like little diamonds everywhere, and I have no idea what any of these are. It's also super easy. Yeah, go ahead.
So, you can like mute certain quests by saying like, hey, just put this on the back burner now. There's a way to kind of like say, hey, just like, you don't like dismiss it, but it's basically what you're doing. So like the shards one, if you like pick it up and you're like, I'm not dealing with shards right now, you can like, I think, hide it for the moment. But yeah, I agree. Okay. It's very cluttered.
But also it's like, I find it way too easily get turned around and start going the wrong direction for some reason. Like there's just little or no help in finding ways to get into higher elevations in some ways. Like you kind of have to like Skyrim jump around a little bit sometimes. And I kind of hate that. And then you kind of get like you can get turned around so easily. Like the little mini map in the corner, if it had like topography, I think that would do a ton of work to make it a lot better. Just make the little mini map better so you can actually see where you are on the map in the mini map instead of just a circle in space. That would make my life so much easier. There should be a mod for that.
There probably is. The waypoints, by the way, can be super helpful for that kind of stuff.
There's one waypoint and it's useless.
The waypoint that you set?
Waypoint's super. Yeah, I don't like using the waypoint. I think it's useless.
Oh, I love the waypoint because it like just shows you which way to go. Just go to the waypoint. Yeah,
but like it's also on the other side of a mountain, so I have to go around like go east like 1,000 miles and then go north. It's like, come on, man.
That's a very specific problem with that one instance that
I like the trouble with the wolves. It took me forever to try to figure out how I need to get to where I need to go. Like that was like
through that underground passage.
I really hated that one. So yeah, that's what I'm struggling with. Stormrage, how about you?
I kind of talked about this, so I'm going to pivot a little bit, but originally it was going to be, there's so many quests, but we've talked about that quite a bit. My now struggle with is that so when you are tracking a quest, and there is an area that quest can be completed at, it just gives you a giant purple circle. Now, in In every other game that I have played, every other game I've ever played in the history of video games, if it gives you a circle, the thing that you're looking for is generally somewhere in the center of that circle. And so you need to progress somewhere towards that general area in order to find that specific object. Now, if it's a kill things quest, sure, those things are probably also on the outside, but if you're looking for a thing, it's always in the center. And I just found out that that is not the case here, that it can be anywhere in that purple circle, and there's no indication on where it was, because I was trying to find this stupid thing for this stupid quest, and I was like, I can't get to the center. I can't get to the center. I don't know where it is. Turns out the center is in the middle of a mountain. You're not intended to get there. There's no way to get there. There's no way to get to most of it. So why do they place it there? I don't know. I think they hate me. But it drove me up an absolute wall.
It should have driven you up a mountain. So I'm honestly struggling to determine whether I should play the game mouse and keyboard style or controller style. Like, so I've kind of bounced between the two. Controller feels like really easy, but super limited, while mouse and keyboard feels like a little clunky. Like, in order to actually like click on one of the things, I have to not just like click in that general area, but I have to click on that very specific circle. Whereas with the controller, you just like, oh yeah, A, boom, there. So it's kind of that like, I'm struggling with which one I should go with. I think I'm actually leaning towards mouse and keyboard, but controller is also fun. So yeah. How about you, Dano? What are you struggling with?
Those ding-dang grasshopper demons that dive into the ground and then pop up under you and do AoE damage that stuns you and then slows you down. It gets a lot easier when you start getting your movement powers, but they're still awful. And there's just so many of them. And especially at the beginning of the game, there is no reason there should be at the beginning of the game you are dealing with 2 or 3 of those grass. They're not. I think they're called lesser terrors. You should not be dealing with those at the very beginning of the game before you have movement powers. Because until you have movement powers, you're just stuck, and they can be They can just absolutely like destroy you. So those things frustrate me to no end. They're so hard. And there's like no easy way to deal with them except for to like hopefully get lucky and dispel them before they like pop up. Or once you have your movement powers, like getting out of it that way. But man, they're hard. Matt, what surprised you about the game?
How much I'm really enjoying the open world aspect of the game, despite the little quibbles I have, especially with the map. I really, and like how it's presented in general, like everything's a diamond. I like the different icons, but like the use of the diamond is a little too much. I don't like how they kind of just drop you in the middle of the hinterlands and like, here you go, figure it out, good luck. It's kind of great in a way because that's kind of like the best way to do open world, but like it could get really confusing really quick for me. It got confusing until I like kind of opened up the hinterlands a bit. Storm Rage, what surprised you?
The combat feels both way better in ways and way worse in others. I think that the pace of combat is a little bit more consistent. I like that my companions feel like they are automatically doing smart things and I don't need to go in and like tactic every single thing. But the overall, and this is such a weird complaint, but the clicking to satisfaction ratio is way worse. Like the fact that I have to hold down a button to auto attack is absolutely asinine to me. I don't know why it was implemented in every other game. It was right click and then it'll just right click and it'll keep on attacking. And that just feels better. So I hate that I have to either hold down a button or press a different button other than the button that I use to interact in every other way in the game. Mm-hmm. And I don't think that clicking in general feels as good as it has in every other Dragon Age. Like there are times where I'll go up to a thing and I'll be like, oh, I'm right here and I can't click on it. I'll be like right under a rift and I can't click on it. And I just don't know why, but clicking feels worse. And I know that I've been a lot negative. I genuinely do enjoy a lot of this game. There's just a lot of small things that I found very nitpicky. like the reason that I have it things feel better, things feel worse, the sheer like way in which magic works feels really good. And I feel like as a mage, specifically as a lightning mage, I have a lot of different ways that I can go about things, and I think that the like way that it's graphically done, the way that it's artistically done, all super really solid. And so I love a lot of things. The little things really frustrate me though. Gano.
Can I give you my quick theory on the combat thing when it comes to mouse and keyboard versus controller?
Yeah.
Because I tried mouse and keyboard for the first time on this playthrough. I was like, oh, maybe I'll just stick with mouse and keyboard. I've been doing that. Let's do that. I've always done control in the past. I think this game was designed console first, PC second. So I think the game was
correct.
Designed with controller in mind, and then they just like okay, well, you hold down trigger to you hold on right trigger to attack. So now you hold on left click to attack, right? Holding down trigger makes sense in attacking. Holding down the mouse button doesn't make sense when attacking. That's my theory on why mouse and keyboard feels weird, is it was designed controller first, keyboard second, instead of like vice versa, which the other games are obviously.
And that would also explain why clicking is worse, because I bet it's probably better on a controller, because you're able to, like, the best thing in Dragon Age 2 is seeing a thing on the corner of your screen, going with your mouse and just clicking on it, and your character will pick it up. And now you have to walk over there, you have to interact with that, which is how you do it in every controller game, but is not as clean in mouse and key.
Yeah, I think so as well, because you just walk over. Why? Because I'm using my. I'm walking. Why would I? Yeah. 100%. Yep. So that's
walking here.
That's my.
I'm
guess
curious
as to why it's kind of funky.
You still have that 8-bit Do controller, right? From like when we did.
Yeah, I don't think it's got enough buttons.
I don't think.
No, it does. It does. It's the same as like the Xbox. It has 4 on the front, 2 on the top and bottom, 2 on the top.
Oh, it might actually.
Yeah, you're good.
It would. Yeah.
Might want to give it a shot. Give it a shot. Just try it. Just try it for a session. See if you like it.
Yeah. All right. I'll give it a shot. Sheep, what surprised you?
So what surprised me the most is how the colors of everything in the character creation screen was so different from in-game. Like, I took a lot of time, built my character to look a specific way, and then I get into the actual game and their hair color looks different, and like her lips, which like were just like a little bit of a shade of green. Nope. It just is completely like vivid green. So apparently not hard to fix, but was a big surprise. So I say apparently not hard to fix. Apparently you can go in and kind of like recustomize your character. Where is that, Matt? You were telling me the other day, or was it Dano?
I think there's the black
Emporium
market, right up Emporium,
Yeah,
the black Emporium up there. You
Emporium.
can do that. I also have a quibble with the facial hair. The facial hair looks stupid on a Canary. It just really looks dumb. It just does not work. And I'm a little upset about that.
While we're talking about character creation, I have 2 very, very quick things. I know we're going over so long on our normal time, so I'll be super quick about this.
I just took the time.
One, the hairstyles are terrible, generally speaking, for character creation. It's either extremely feminine, which, great, love that, or bald. Those are your 2 choices, is like very feminine and long and flowing and wonderful, or bald or balding in some way, shape, or form. And there's like 2 hairstyles in the middle, and it's like, okay, well, Cassandra has a really great haircut. Can I have that haircut? No? Okay, that's fine. I guess that's just for NPCs to have cool haircuts. Second, I never spend time in the character creation. I just never do. It's not something that I really care about. My partner Stevie created my character, and she spent an hour on it, and it looks fantastic, and it looks better than any character I've ever made. And I am both extremely grateful that she was interested in that, and I will never put in that amount of time to create a character that good.
Can I complain
Yeah,
about
I spent about half an hour on it myself. So
the makeup is also like, you look at like the makeup for like the NPCs, and it's perfectly great makeup. And then like the makeup that
Yep.
they give you for the female characters, like, hey, you totally want bright pink eyeshadow and electric green lipstick, don't you? That shines as if you were like put more lip gloss on than like a 12-year-old. It's like, I don't I don't want that. I want to just look normal. How do I do normal?
Yeah.
And like normal is very hard to achieve. And then you also get like 3 special armors when you first start the game, and they are the 3 ugliest armors in the game. And you will get them multiple times throughout the game, and they will be some of the best armors you get, and they are awful. And like it just so, because like the rest of the armor in the game looks great, but then these 3 armors, it's like, hey, you know what rogues wear? They wear skin paint, or they wear more layers than you would wear in the North Pole. Those are the 2 options for rogues. And I don't know why.
Yep.
And then you know what a tank wears? A bra.
Yeah.
Both men and women.
Obviously.
Especially the male tanks. Like yeah.
It's
just
I think the armor for the rest of the game looks so good. It looks so good. The random, like just like the regular armors that you get throughout the game, they look amazing. But it's just these 3 special armors that also happen to be some of the better armors you will get as you kind of continue. They're just awful. I'm like, what? Oh, this is such a bummer. And you can't mod them out. No one's modded them to make them look better either. It's very frustrating. Is it my turn to talk about what I surprised about the game?
So, yeah, Dano, what surprised you about the game, friend?
How much fun it is to talk to my friends. So you don't get to just talk to the companions now. You also get to talk to your advisors. So talking to Josephine, she will talk about like your past and like your family and that kind of stuff, and talk about connections. Talking to Colin, he'll talk about his background and how he dropped, how his feelings about the Templars. Talking to Liliana is super interesting because decisions that you make, like talking with Liliana now, will change her throughout the rest of the game, and within the first couple conversations you have with her and how you approach certain things and how she does stuff will change like her character throughout the game. And it's so much fun, like getting to talk to Varric about Hawk, getting to talk to Solus about his background and his views of the Fade and of spirits and demons. Like the characters are just, and like they're only going to get more interesting as we get Sarah and Vivian and Iron Bull and Blackwall. And then the character arcs that we get with our advisors are amazing as well. Talking to our friends is so much fun. Yes, there, Storm Rage.
Importing no worky, right? From
No.
Dragon Age 2?
No, it doesn't work.
Great. I just wanted to make sure, because I was really sad that I was like, oh, Eric's not going to get to talk about my Hawk.
Yeah, they so if I remember correctly, they released a new Dragon Age game, and they were like, hey, remember all that stuff you did in the previous 3 Dragon Age games? Well, you can't import that. And also, you can't import anything anymore either to Dragon Age Inquisition. So I think that's how that works, because they shut
fun.
the keep down. They shut Dragon Age keep down. You used to be able to go in there and like just craft world states for fun. Be like, hey, what about this world state or that world state? And then you could import that into Inquisition and play with that world state. It was super cool. And then like a year ago, EA was like, remember that super cool world, all that cool world building you got to do? Say goodbye.
Remember the server that we ran for like $10 a year?
I know, right? But yeah, so from at least from how it worked for me, I was able to use my previous world states that I had saved on my previous Origins and 2 stuff were in there from before the keep went down. Those were uploaded, and I could modify those still. But neither my Origins or 2 from this current playthrough were there. And then also I couldn't create new world states either. So I basically modified my Dragon Age 2 world state so it'd be the same based on the decisions I made this playthrough. The only difference is that my Hawk was a mage, and so Hawk will be a mage in this one as well. But yeah, big ol' not so good that I was going to bring up at some point as well. But EA is a small company. They've got they've got to.
Yeah, they're doing their best, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's hard when you
we
have.
can talk about some EA news this week and after the credits.
They go, yeah. Anyway, let's sell the game to a friend.
You want to buy some death sticks?
You don't want to sell me death sticks.
I don't want to sell you death sticks.
You want to go home and rethink your life.
I want to go home and rethink my life.
All right, time to sell the game to a friend. I'm going to start. Bring peace to the world with your extrajudicial army. Storm Rage.
Do you want to do Matt first?
Yes,
Yeah,
Matt.
I'll do me. Ever wanted to start a cult? Now's your chance.
Storm Rage.
It's not a cult. It's an Inquisition.
Electric Sheep City.
And it is fun to create your own cult leader. I spent way too much time in that character creation area.
Yeah.
It was fun.
I would encourage you to Black Emporium, though. Also, Black Emporium, you can buy mats for like schematics and like mats there for pretty decent prices as well. Next week, we are heading to the Brazilian forest again, probably. That's it for this week. Thank you all so much for listening, and thanks to all our patrons for patronizing us. You can find links to our Discord and our content information in the link tree in the description of this episode.
In Dragon Age Inquisition is a game, and games are supposed to be fun.
Every game is better with friends.
Yeah! Let's start an Inquisition, baby!
This is the end of the show. Everybody bye!
I'd like to note, this is the first episode of Dragon Age Inquisitions in which our prompt was to get to 4 power and finish one single quest. We're at 2 hours.
In our defense, we had
we could have done that. We could have completed that in the time it took us to talk about it.
We would have been done with it before. But in our defense, we also had the entire intro to talk about. We had all the game mechanics to talk about. We had, so like, we kind of went over all like the little like quibbles that this game will give us, like except for the chest with our like the random chest that like shows the that has stuff in it but never has stuff in it in our hometown. And that doesn't change, by the way.
Good. I'm glad. I love every time I come back. It's like, hey, check me out. Just kidding. I don't exist. What?
So you will get a notification when new shipments are available. So you will see new shipments are available. And if you see that, then you can go pick stuff up. Otherwise, you can just ignore it. So you'll see a new shipments are available at your office or whatever it says. I don't remember, but yeah, that's pretty great. It's so stupid. It's just like, why is this a thing you didn't fix? Like,
yeah,
how hard was it for you to fix this?
Hey, small indie company.
Small indie company. I do think we should skip After Dork since we did go 2 hours.
That's fine. We don't need to talk about my Tigers losing a 15 and a half game lead.
Who they lose to?
Cleveland.
Cleveland rocks though. Ohio.
Yeah.
Drew Carey show anybody?
Cleveland rock.
Yeah, like Guardians.
All right. I think that's it. I will put everything in the show notes again, or in like the description again, like we did with Origins and 2, so people know what to play. And other than that, thanks. It's been fun, and we'll talk at you again next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Goodbye.